Welcome to Zero to Fightstick, the tutorial series that shows you how to build a fight stick from the ground up. Right, it is finally installation time, and I'm excited. So we're going to be doing this for the actually second time on Skittles here. It's because it's got a red package, and yeah, you'll get the reference. Anyway, the first thing we want to do is establish some of those cable pathways. You'll notice in earlier steps I've put in this lovely industrial Velcro. I love it. It works well when you put it in tandem with these little retainers. So all you do is I took off the covering for the sticky stuff, put it on the soft hook Velcro. Then I just take a zip tie, cable tie, whatever you want to call it, the other side, and pull that through. Now I just notch it once. You can barely hear it, no, probably can't hear it all. We want to keep it loose until we run all the cables through. So I'm going to say, let's put one here. I'm going to be pretty liberal with them. So I find we can wrangle our cables, then we have much better control and a better experience overall. Don't want to put them directly in front of the buttons if I can help it. This one at an angle. I made like 20 of these, so we should have plenty, even if I have to slot more, which we'll do. Okay. Doing this does make it a bit more of a pain to put things in, but when it's retained, it makes a much cleaner result. Alright, that's a good start. Alright, what is the approach? Because we have a lot of cables to put in. And is there any rhyme or reason to how we should put things in to, minimize our frustration and pain? And I want to answer that with a definitive, well, maybe. So my thought, and what I've tried to do with my other builds, is start up at the top and work our way around as we're able to. However, that's not always possible, so we'll do what we can. But first, I'm just trying to get these guys ready to go so that way we can route all the cables we want through them. And be happy. The nice thing about using Velcro, of course, if we screw up, we don't have to worry about it being hard to remove. Just like my shoes! I'm sorry everyone. You didn't deserve that. I'm actually using a lot more than I did in my previous build, just because, hey, why not? I made 20, not thinking, hey, I'll totally use that many, but we're rapidly coming up on it. This is 15, I believe. Didn't think I'd cram this many in. But that's okay. Alright. And we are set to go. I believe that'll be more than enough cable retainers. Probably too many almost. But yeah. Let's go ahead and do one last one. There's no object lesson here other than retain your cables. Alright. Man, if I worked really hard, I could squeeze the last two in, but we can do that later. Okay, now we have our cable pathways for the most part. That's why I've made cables that are so long. So they can go from around here all the way around instead of just going everywhere. Really do wish more fight stick makers would have better cable retention pathways, but that's where we are in the market. I mean, PC desktops are now just amazing with their cable pathing, I feel, and we're still kind of in the dark ages here. Anyway, my griping aside, let's get ready to put in all those nasty cables. Okay, let's start cabling this guy, and let me make sure we're not mashing the joystick into oblivion, so there we go. Let's start with this guy. This is the unifier board. I've mounted it on this little wooden block and put some Velcro on the bottom. Now, with these ribbon cables, these used to be pretty common in PCs way back when. The red stripe means pin 1. And since these are kind of aligned with the same 20-pin configuration, and for Brook boards, the first pin is over here. We've aligned the red stripe there. I mean, if it's not working for you to align it that way, great. Just know that you want to make sure they're matching up on either side. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of wiggle this into position. All right. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt, and we can actually fit this. So it's a bit of a stretch to get it there, so I'm going to turn that out a bit and give me a little bit more room. So hopefully it wants to behave. Honestly, I feel like this is going to bite me later when I'm going to put in other stuff, because this big ribbon cable is kind of getting in the way. So, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Alright, next cable I want to put in is our RJ45 to connect the retro board. I'm going to start by clicking that in there and route it through our multitudinous zip tie loops. Now, if you are in IT, you do network stuff, this is just a plain Cat5 cable that I put together and put some wrap on because, well, I'm vain. And I had a bunch of extra of this kind of clearish peach gold stuff, whatever you want to call it. It's making it. I just hope when we pull these down, you will forgive my slack here, or lack thereof. Okay, so we're good to go. More or less. Let's just see if I can get a little bit more pull. Alright. So I can tuck this in the corner and down. Stop. Alright. So far so good. That's one of the easier ones. Alright, what's up next? How about we locate want to do that one. I have a huge mess of cables over here. And it all has to go in. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get these guys squared away. So, kind of nudging this under as far as I can get it before the Velcro catches and makes everybody sad. Huh, that went pretty well. Okay, so yellow. I think I was going to do. Alright, anyway, there we go. So with these crown buttons I found, you want to hold the front while you're getting that in, and make sure with these insulated guys, just carefully get it on and you'll be good. Alright. Okay, we're going to get the ground lead for this first. Now, I don't wrap I don't put these through the zip ties if I can help it. I better not have, because they're supposed to be free. Alright, there's our, I believe that's R3. R3, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Oh, don't want to go through there. This is a very tight fit, but you guys get the idea there. I'll go back and get those on my own sometime. I just want to show you some cable routing goodies. Is this the only method of doing it? Far from it. There are far cleaner builds out there. There are far messier builds out there. You know, do what you want to do. That's my mentality here. Now, I don't have my secondary board here yet, but I figured if I can just run them now and then strap them in, I can always plug it in much later when I'm ready and not have to deal with trying to slide it in the big existing mess I've got, if that makes any sense. I'm just going to feed that through. Well, you got to get that too. So, you two come over here. And this guy goes into J10. We're going to try and slip it under the ribbon. And connect her up. Now, when you're connecting these guys, hold the receptacle in and be very careful, because that's not, you know, super tight in there or nothing. I'm just saying. And if you break that off, it will be sad. So I'm going to tuck our unused future expansion board right under there. Perfect. Don't have to do any further tying. And we're good to go. And then I'll go ahead and clip these in at a later time, because that's the boring part. All right. On this side still, we have a few more things. So let's try and see what we can do here. Part of that involves the 20 pin, which is ugly, and I hate it. But the turbo underneath, let's go, forget it. I'll make to jump around where I can, so why not? I'm going to start this huge mess. So that's going to go connect to our boba here. And then we just have another ribbon that will end up going there. So let's thread lighting boy right through here. Oh, I missed one. Oh no. I'll have to correct that somehow. This is a one-shot take, so it is what it is. that's going to go down. Slam-a-jamma there. I love Velcro. It is such a marvelous invention. Let's keep it threaded. Yep, I got it. Good. You OCD folks like me in the audience are probably saying that cable's still loose. You missed one. I knew. I'm a bad person. What can I say? Let's do one more. I think when we lock this down, the result will be worth it, though. All right. And before we go anywhere, let's go ahead and connect our lighting. Don't hide back there. No escape. Actually, in the interest of cleanliness, let's try and go under this other stuff. How's that? All right. Yay. So that's not coming out, is it? Oh my gosh, it might be. Well, I'll have to address that. It looks like it's still good. Anyway, now we have our connectors for our lighting switch. Let's nudge you guys over. And this, about you can go under a little bit. All right, everybody's going to be happy. Whoops. Oh no. The only thing about the DuPont connectors is they're not always super happy about staying connected if you give them tug, which I just did. So red switch on our bottom here, our next black ground switch towards the middle. And some switches are different, so you'll just need to check their diagram, but if you don't have a diagram or can't figure out the diagram like me, you can always, you know what, I'm going to tug you because you're falling out and that's bad. There we go. Okay. Marry you. Why you gotta be this way? There we go. Alright, I'll let you go back in the corner. Go back in your corner. Humor on this channel is hilarious, I know. Alright, then we just gotta find that last ground. Oh, there it is. It's hiding underneath all these other cables. Like a coward. I think next we'll do turbo, and then after that we'll do joystick. So we just got just enough playthrough to get it hooked up, and we're good to go. Now, I like to turn that off just in case, you know, reasons, I don't know, superstitious or something like that. And then hide you behind there, and we are good. Okay. So this noise in front of here, but not ready to tie down quite yet. We'll do that dead last. All right. I know it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing there, but trust me, it's all going well. It's all going according to plan. All right. Now we're going to tie up our turbo button. And on the Brookboard, this is surprisingly useful in shooters, especially older ones that, you know, decided that we hate you and we want to hurt you by making you do all the things. And I believe I've made a terrible mistake by buttoning these down. So, yeah, might have to come back to that. Because otherwise I'm going to have to find a way to slip that through, and that's not going to happen. So I will leave that there for now. Don't be like me, kids. And let's find our joystick connector, which is this bad boy. So, there's you. Now, quick little gotcha on the joystick connector. Hey, don't you be misbehaving. Nope. Nope, bad. Yes, that's an argument for not looping my zip ties yet, but I like the sensation of just pulling them all down. It's like a really great feeling when it works. Okay. I'm gonna make sure that stays tight. Make sure you're feeding. Okay, for usual Simitsu, or not Simitsu, Sanwa, you're gonna have this tab covering it up and plugging in that way, but for Simitsu, it's just the opposite. The tab is going to face towards the top, well, what is technically the top of the case, and we go in. Oh yeah. I'm going to connect these little leads later just because they're such a pain. And, yeah. A little more slack there. Cool. Alright. So that's most of this connected. We don't have anything on that side. Let's give you a look what that looks like. Kinda cool. I don't have something to let me just shoot down, unfortunately, so I suck. Anyway, let's go ahead and get our 20 pin connected. I'm going to use the top here. Yeah, that'll work perfectly. Let's slide you over here. Oh, please tell me I made this long enough. I'm going to be very sad. You're supposed to be way under here, so don't talk to me. Actually, where is... Well, just went into the shot, don't mind me. Let's see if I can extract the L3 R3 connector. No, that's not the one I want to use. And for this, precision screwdriver, yes. Tiny flat blade. And again, be very careful with these JST connectors. I mean, they're not like wimpy, but I wouldn't trust it. That's just me. Alright. Rerouting auxiliary power. Ever notice in Next Generation, I'm a nerd, whatever, that auxiliary power was always better than main power because main power always went down instantly? I'm just saying. It's kind of quality content you're getting on this channel, folks. Subscribe today. I'm so sorry. No, not. Ah, get back here. This will be the messy edit where you can see all the gory details. More or less. Okay. Back in, and we are routed through, and my OCD is abated. Okay. Oh, did I make this long enough, or am I going to be crying all day? You know what? We can adjust. We have the technology. Alright. Now, our pin 1 is over here. We're matching the stripe. So, let's just wiggle this on like good boys. Oh, why don't you love me? Hey, there we go. You have no idea how much stress just left my body. Okay, since this is a little high, let's kind of... Alright, that's the joystick. We can't do much about that other than... Let's try and thread this needle. Good. Okay, come around here and start working it through. Wow. This is actually working better than I thought it would. I was a scared little boy. And everything would come up short and I would be extremely sad. But no one wants that, so that's good. You know. Did I make that? It was a little bit shorter than I cared to be on that ground, but what do you do? Okay. So no, I did not. Okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Fun, fun, fun. All right. So we got our blue lining up here. Let's make sure we... Oh, no. If it goes in and it's too loose, it's not in, and it doesn't love you. You may or may not be able to pull it back, easily or not. Okay, so there's our signal. Now, just like on the lighting side, I have a red and a black for a tournament lockout. So red goes in here, and that's solely to give this LED some power. I don't think it actually works, but, I felt like it. And that's my motto right there for this build. I felt like it. Oh, this game lose. But that's okay. It's easily fixed. There we go. Okay. What we need to do from there is get little baby lead, this guy, to go up top and complete the chain. So when this snaps on, you don't get these buttons, which are start, select guide, which is something you don't want to do in a match. Let's go ahead and strap these in. I thought I was super clever wiring up the turbo LED, but it turns out I was not. Surprise, surprise. I'm always scared of these little guys that something's going to break loose off the... Yeah, there we go, there we go. Oh, you know what? I need to get my USB cable. We go anywhere. And that's why you hold the top in of the crown button in, because it will pop that thing out like nobody's business if you're applying force. Let's make sure we got that in the right way. Yeah, we do. If you're finding that your quick disconnect is just really obstinate, doesn't want to go in at all, it might need you to take your little guy here and just give it a little lever action to make it compliant. All right, and there's those three. We got them. We just need to add that, which I will do momentarily. Okay, I feel like we're doing pretty well. And let's work on getting that USB in. All right, back. All right, had to go find a USB cable that would fit. So let's go and plug that in. And that makes me a little worried, but this will work. It's not super long, but it is long enough to go around this way. So we'll just route it as best we can. Come back through here and stuff it underneath for now, since we don't have a board to connect it to, which is perfectly fine. We just need to control it for now. Oh well. Totally graceful. Okay. Who next up? Let's do our stick select, and kind of fall off here, so that's bad. I went ahead and cheated and liberated our board here, so you know what? I'm going to stick that down while we're at it. Boop. We're in. And future edition of another Bitbang Gaming. We'll talk about how to get these wired in a second. But we can stick one end in. So we know, yeah, we have to do it. There we go. Okay. However, that is not our goal right now. Go away. I'm going to cram this as far under as I can go, which is not too far. This has those 3 leads, which is fine. Okay. White and silver are not going to be used right away, just for future expansion. And I really hope I made it long enough, because that would be sad if I didn't. Okay, how about you? Go through there, please. Alright. Now I'm going to remember, oh yeah, yellow is pin 1. I've woken the evil one. Subscribe for cat cries, because she can't get into the build room. Alright. This makes me so happy. I'm going to do one final tightening instead of doing it piece by piece, but there's this guy. Alright, so ground, our black wire goes on the right side. And that worked before, so I don't see why it wouldn't work again. I just don't think I had it wired correctly last time I did this. I'll shove the micro leads in later, because those are ornery. Okay. Come on, get through. One more. And there's a number of things I feel like I did with this build that my previous rebuild I could have improved upon. So that's nice. I did a slightly better job with the cable management here. Well, I'm hoping we did. Guess we'll find out when I tighten everything. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, because that's that. I was looking at the cable switch was that, and that would have been me. Made me very, very sad. Okay. So other than these bad boys, you know, I can't even see that. Come on. So I'm going to apply this out for a sec. What? When they say industrial strength Velcro, they are not kidding around. So what I do is just blue on the side closest to me, green in the middle, and that's a pattern I have going all around. There we go. And we still got plenty more to do. Don't you worry. Stay down. Come up there. My fingers are going to hate me tomorrow. Or within the next 30 minutes. I don't know. Why do you hate me? you guys a better angle, a little bit more zoom, so you can see, yeah, it's a bit of a mess right now. I think once we tighten up the cable ties, it will improve its condition quite a bit. Alright. Now, if I was ordering something new from AFS, I would probably request... Oh, that's coming up. I don't want that. There we go. All right. We are all locked in. Let's see how far I can get that crammed underneath. Good. Maybe slightly better than past attempts. Okay. That's all these boys settled in. Did what I could here. So, I feel like we should do some action button connections. Hooray? Hooray. And the scheme I came up with was, if I do connections on the inside here, trust me, by the time you're watching this, any bugs or screw-ups I did, I will have fixed. Imagine I'm live streaming this or something, and people are going, "No, that's wrong!" Well, it's all wrong. Okay, and we're going to do the inside here. These are going in nicely enough. And we worked right around that USB. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I was doing a little bit of panicking when I saw the size of that thing. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our... Oh, I violated my own rule. That's okay. Yep. I'm going to go around the outside now. It's going to be beautiful if I did this right. Otherwise, I might be sad and see a big gap happen here. Please don't come apart, please. When these stretch, I get nervous. And that is a stretched boy. But I think we're good. No. Oh. That feels good. Okay. Look at that. These run right in between that little, it's just beautiful. I just love it. It's wonderful. Okay. So, let's go ahead and sneak in status voice. I think I will slide you. Nah, that's okay. There's no real loops to run through though. I made this a bit long. I suppose that's okay too. And this is when I regret putting on the ribbon cable, but I have no choice. So it's fine. Everything's fine. How are you? Let's get... Sometimes a little flat head will help give pressure, or I can't get my fingers in too well. And look at that. We are connected. Please stay connected. I would be my best friend if you did. Okay. Well, let's get these routed through properly. Under a little bit over there. Through number 2. And we'll have to, yep. There you Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave.
I'll leave you at the store.
Can you believe my parents did that to me more than once? Of course, it's probably my own fault because I was really good at wandering off all the time. I was really good at that. And yeah, I'm just gonna... Come on, cooperate. Oh, you got a little twist in your jimmies. Why are your jimmies all twisted? Because you're a bad boy, that's why. Come on, you. Now, if you saw my previous build, you know how janky the LED setup was, so I'm really appreciative to Big Bang Gaming for coming up with an awesome status light. That I don't have the courage to stick to one of the edges here. I don't even have room in this one, honestly. And drill holes for it, because why would you drill this beautiful case? It would just be mean. Alright, let's make sure this kind of stays where it's supposed to stay, and same for number 2. We just need to bolt you back down sometime. Now, the critical question is, since these guys are pretty similar, I could theoretically use either. Hypothetically, one is longer than the other, and I forget. So, you know, good job, me. I'm sure we can figure it out, folks. So let's just see who is longer. I think, yeah, red and blue looks, so we'll be using this. Okay, now we just need to get this last connector in. Of course, it wants to be ornery. There we go. It'll work in, and there we go. We are connected, at least on this end. We'll still need to connect Bobo and a few up here. These are all connected. That's all done. These are all done. You ever get that sinking feeling? You know you missed something, but you're like, oh, what could it be? And yeah, I know there's like some wire peek through, because when I was doing the heat shrink for this got a little bit melty boy, and it was very sad. All right, you are for future expansion, so I'm gonna hide you. Oh, come on. That will do. Okay, gotta route these back along with you. I'm always scared because I'm like, oh no, did I make this long enough? And it looks like past me was smart enough, so hey, go team. Alright, so these I did kind of something non-standard with the wiring and made ground on white. Not the thing most people do, but you know, come get me. Now I just need to remember, oh yes, so with these sockets, there's a open facing side there, which is ground, and the other side, which is your signal. So, and this is the really challenging part. I'm hoping these are magnetized enough. Oh, good, haha. And with these insulated connectors, you got a kind of flat side and a raised side of sorts. So I would say, see the Practicing pays off, and I don't lose a screw in here and cry because I have to dig it out of here somehow. Also, it still wants to be a pain. And this is why I connected it and hope for the best, but I was a fool. But what can you do? And there it goes. Magnets can't fix everything. No, don't do it. You know what? Since this does seem to be long enough, I can play silly games like this. Go through there. Oh, no, I did it. Now I'm going to be sad for the rest of my life. Which really wouldn't be a change. Oh. Come on, I see you. You're not allowed in here. This is in fact a restricted area. There we go. Okay. Let's try it one more time. There's no real tips out of this other than be patient and hope for the best. Why do you hate me? Come on. I am your friend. Really, hurry. No. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's so satisfying when you get it. However, okay, we just need to rotate a little bit. So, future expansion. Which, of course, makes number 2 very, very ornery, because you only had that limited distance to connect them. Maybe there's something fancy I can do to make it work better, but I don't know. I'm sure there's a better lighting solution, too. I don't have it. Ah, so much better. However, this guy is, like, loose as... Oh, it's supposed to be. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna hide you over here. As the kitties want to be bad. But they're not allowed. Get a like for the kitties trying to break into their build room. I really did make that a little too short, but what can you do? Other than make a longer lead. Okay, well, got a hole. I'm sure it'll be fine. Everything's fine. That's my motto here tonight. Okay, because this is obstinate, I'm gonna have to fish it out. Stop bending my joystick! So we can give you guys a slightly better angle here. Or can I get it? Can I get it? No, it's really hard to see. It's almost impossible to see from here. Front's a different story. I think I can get those without pulling out again. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there you go. So the thing with industrial strength Velcro is always fun to ply out. There we go, there's one. Boys and girls, we're so close now. all we need to do is get our local... Oh, get in there. Not going to get all the way, but we will do the best we can. Okay. I can't put in the secondary status because that has really nothing to latch into. This second is all good. We just need to make this guy. And we are set to go. Alright, so signal wires I was putting on the outside. Okay. That is... Hey, you're not allowed to get under there. I'm just going to say this now. There we go. Okay. Did I do this right? Wait a second. Oh, that's ground. Too much stress. Like, I just want this all to work. I'll be very happy when it's all put together and I can tighten it down and clip the crap out of those zip strips. Yeah, that was something I did, maybe I mentioned it, with Almond Joy, is did not tighten everything down. Oop, didn't hold it tight. Oh, that scared me. There we go. Yeah! Let's go. Alright. Will this wrap around enough? Is this base strong enough? Sorry. Okay, that one's done. Now notice with these Crown 24s, if it's not really on very well, you start pushing this in, it'll push it out and the terminal will be exposed, and you will be a fraud and all that stuff. I don't know. I won't like you. How am I supposed to get pressure here? The answer is always very carefully. Ow! Alright. When you can't get pressure, sometimes you just need to do this. Hold on to your butts. I felt something move, but I can't see if it's on. Even with my cheaters. Nope, it's clearly off. That answered it for me. Easy test would have just been, can you tug on it? Does it fall off? Oh, that's definitely not on. So with these insulated connectors, it can be a little tricky to see if they're on or not. If they slide right on, then you missed. But if they have some resistance, you probably got it. And they do kind of clip into place. Why do you hate me so much? Crossed up here. And I think in the future, I would rather do the similar thing I did. Come on. You're the last holdout here. Let's go. Okay, ground connected. Do a similar thing that I did with the action buttons here and run a cable, but that might cross in front of each other. I don't know. I'm sure it'll work. I'm sure it'll be fine. But I'm not going to think about that right now because I don't have to rework it. I think I've spent a good 30 hours on this project. Maybe more. So if you're thinking of building your own cables, only do it if you have a disease. Like me. I'm very wrong in the head. Not releasing this, right? Okay, you know what? Y'all need to move. Unfortunately, there's just no nice way to get that in, I think. All I want is a sweet touchpad button I can't even use with the retro. Why is that so much to ask for? Oh, hey, there we go. Sweet. You'll know what it's time for, because I think everything is connected. Hey, you need to be vertical. Okay, cool. Alright, the only thing with these side switches is they can spin a bit. And, well, that's not very fun. It is what you have to deal with. Don't tighten these too tight, they will lift off. Yeah, zip strip's not always the 100% cleanest solution, but yeah, let's have what we have here. The pro wiring guys are looking at this like, oh my god. A little bit more slack there. Okay. Feels good. That's enough. You can use side cutters or toenail clippers to trim off the ends. Either works. Yeah, this is coming out pretty well. Don't need to go super tight, otherwise it just tends to create liftoff. Get to over tighten that one a bit, but what do you do?
Maybe more.
I'm greedy. Damn it. This is why I like working with removable joysticks so much. I love my Nobi, but it does not have a removable top, and you cannot install one, at least that I know of. I'm hoping someone comes in clutch, Freak Mods, and goes, you know what? It'd be sweet if you could have a totally sweet removable lever on the Nobi. So I would pay money for that. Okay. Don't get super tight with that. That's fine. Perfect. Gee, I'm glad I made 20 of these. No, we're not trying to achieve liftoff here. Calm down. Just a few more. Stop it. That's going to be fun to cut. Get back here. Actually, these three are going to be a blast to cut. I can tell already. Make sure they're all down, so they don't come rudely out when I move this thing. So like that. pretty sure you only have that. Kind of dumb, but whatever. Okay, let's please not cut any cables. That would be very bad. Whoo, boys! There we have it. Newly recabled Skittles. Yeah, got a lot of stuff, but I feel like it's pretty in an ugly way. All right, that said, let's see if I can get that. Cool. I love it. You know me, I gotta throw everything in the kitchen sink in there and call it good. Alright, so that said, hopefully that provided some insight on your building. No, it's just a long, boring video of me putting stuff into places, but maybe it's useful for one or two of you out there. Signing off, and happy building!